Good morning, church family. It's Pastor Thad with another midweek devotional. This week, I wanted to follow up on last week with thinking of the true voice, the still small voice that God showed Elijah, but how to hear and trust the true voice. And I especially wanted to address what the issues are in our younger years. Maybe as you're going through your teen years or even into your 20s, how do I grow in the trust that I have for the Lord? And in the times that we're young, trust is one of those challenging things. It's not so much a matter of learning what to trust, but even who to trust. Who do I put my trust in? Which voice do I listen to? Not necessarily do I hear voices, but whose ideas, whose dreams, whose joys and desires do I pursue the most? Which way is the right way to choose? And this reminds me of the verse that Proverbs shows us that Solomon wrote, King David's son, right? And he says in Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6, he says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understandings. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." And I think this gets to the core of it. So all of your heart, all of who you are, needs to trust, needs to pursue and believe and see the value in the Lord's paths for us, for me. And trust is one of those things it's really something we're hesitant with. I mean, for a lot of justifiable reasons, it takes us a while to trust in something new. Maybe we understand it, we know we should trust in it, or we have the idea that it'd be beneficial at some point eventually if I trust in this or if I trust this person. But when it comes down to it, like practically speaking, on a really hard daily level, trust is something we wrestle with. I trust almost nothing and nobody for the first time. And that was a big issue for me when I was growing up. So many things in high school and even into my early 20s. I was so much more willing to trust my own feelings, my own thoughts, my own inclinations, my own uh, hopes and desires, even fears, my own worries about my reputation or what would make me seem popular or what would make me feel a certain way, much quicker, 100 times more than I would trust some book or some invisible power that I couldn't see. But trust works with, like this proverb says, with my head, my heart, and everything I do, my experiences. It's trust the Lord with all your heart, the core and the center of who you are. Don't lean on your own understandings, not what you think you understand about a situation or about a given person. And then walk that out, experience it, live it out, see which one is trustworthy. And I think that's where we often fall because trust is like using a new something, a new toy, a new piece of equipment, a new bike. For me, I love biking. I just got a new bike, and the first ride is awesome. But do I really trust the suspension is going to hold up? Are these brakes going to be as tight and strong as I thought and hoped they were? Or like the first time I went climbing back in my 20s, woof. Am I really going to trust this harness? Is this belay rope going to actually hold me when I need it to? Not the easy times, but when I'm about to lose my grip and it's going to catch me. Or my climbing partner, are they going to be paying attention? And when I need them to clamp down, are they going to hold me? Or better yet, like that's a good example, the learning to trust a new friend. Or maybe if I'm on a long hike with this new friend, do they have a clue where they're going? Do they know the direction that they're taking us? Because we're in it for a long, 2, 3, 10 mile hike. Are they going to get us where they think they're getting us? See, it might be easy to agree with some things that God has for us. Okay, yeah, I want the fruit of the Spirit. That's a good one. I want to feel this way. I want to feel happiness and kindness and joy and peace. I want to feel that. Or even feeling good about going to church. Oh, wow, I don't feel guilty anymore that I showed up at church or I watched it online for the third time in a row. Or even get to worship once in a while. Wow, that was really a good experience for me. But all of those need to come to fruition. All those need to come into what I know and trust God to be, who God is, especially for me. So at the core of who I am, knowing and feeling and then experiencing that God is trustworthy, not just because I've seen it, not just because I've, like another psalm says, Psalm 34, tasted and seen that the Lord is good, but because He's said it and I trust His word to be true. Because that comes down to getting to know not just an idea, not just, okay, there's some power out there that I think I'm sure I'm supposed to trust in, but I can trust Jesus because of who He is and that I've experienced Him in my life. Knowing and feeling and living for God, relying on His promises, that He is better than anything else. Then I can trust in the Lord with all my heart and not lean on my own understanding or what I think is right and good and better or beneficial or practical or will get me some feeling or some experience that I long for, but to long for Jesus and see Him working His way into my paths so that when I look back on those experiences, I can see, wow, that was a straight path. I thought it was crooked and crazy in the time, but look where Jesus has brought us. And He's brought us to His throne to trust Him more, and that will always be better. I'll pray that this is true as I need to pray for it's true in my own heart, that I can trust Christ more tomorrow than I did today, and not just as an abstract idea, but as a real and tangible proof that God is for us, and it's always better to bring glory to Him and enjoy Him forever. Have a blessed day.